What's going on, streamers? Today I'm going to be showing you how to create your own Twitch panels completely free using Canva. But before I get into that, I want you to think of the color scheme that you want to have go across all of your panels. And if you're still not sure, I got a workaround for you. So what you're going to want to do is go to color.adobe, and this is going to be a virtual color wheel, essentially. Now, obviously, I'm not going to have you go through all these and mess with it or try all these different ones on the side. There's a lot of faster way of doing it. So you're going to click on the Explore tab, and this is going to show you a bunch of different things that you can choose from based off of a photo. So you can either do two things. One, you can type in something like blue and purple, and it's going to give you a bunch of different photos and color choices based off of just that search. Or you can take a photo and upload that photo, and it's going to pull colors from that photo, and then you just choose whichever one you want. So I'm just going to choose some random one on here. Let's go with something like this one. And this is going to give me a good kind of separation between purples and blues and stuff like that. So this actually works pretty well. Now, these little hashtag numbers, also known as hex numbers, this is going to be something you're going to want to use in Canva. So let's go back to Canva. And we're going to start actually building our thumbnail. So I'm going to go to Home, so we can start a brand new one. So we're going to go up here to the top right, create a design, go down to custom size, and you're going to want to set it to 320 for the width, 80 for the height, create new design, and it's going to give you a blank canvas to work with. Now, really quickly, I'm just going to run over here on the left-hand side. You have the ability of uploading your own photos, using photos that they provide. You can also use a bunch of different elements, which we're going to be spending quite a bit of time in that area. Text, you got a bunch of different texts that you can use. Audio, don't got to worry about it. Video, you don't have to worry about it. Backgrounds are good if you want to use the same background over and over. And that's if you want like a nice gradient. So let's go back up here to Elements, and we're going to start building everything. So when you're in Elements, you're mainly just going to want to stay around here in Shapes. So in Shapes, when you click on the See All, it's going to give you a bunch of different ones to choose from. So what I'm looking for is this rectangle here. So when you just click on it, it's going to automatically throw it in there, and we're just going to drag it in, and we're just going to drag all these little corners with these little white rectangles on each side, and we're just going to snap it in there. Now we don't want to have this type of color, so we're going to go back to our color wheel, and we're going to choose one of these colors that we want for our background. So I'm going to go with something more of like this purple here. So with that purple, we're going to go back here. We're going to click on this right here next to Animate. And we're going to go to the plus for document. And there is the little hashtags. So we're going to do Control V to paste it. And that's going to give us our color for that. Now, if you're familiar with copy and paste shortcuts, so Control C to copy, Control V to paste, we're going to do that right now. So I'm going to select that. Control C, Control V. The reason why I did that is it's going to give me two of the same color, yes. But what I want to do is I want to have it just off center just a little bit, as you can see. So this way I can try to get the shape that I want for my border. And it doesn't have to be perfect, but we'll deal with that. So now what we want to do is change the inner color of this one right here. So we're going to go back to the color wheel and figure out what color we want to change. Now, I probably would have the darker border on the outside, so we can always change this if you want to, so that way we have this. But I want to kind of draw this to be the center. So we're going to just copy that. We're going to click on that one, click on that, paste it in so it's dark. So now we have a dark center with a light border. You can always have it the other way around if you want. Now we want to add some shapes to kind of bring direction. So I'm actually going to click out of shapes, and I've had some that I recently used. So we're going to go and grab this one here. And you can kind of see it's already given us some pretty good colors. So what I want to do is rotate it. So there's this little rotate here, and we just want to make sure we get that double arrows. Left click and drag the direction you want to go into, and you can see the degrees that you're going to have. So I'm going to leave it at 90 degrees. Bring it up here to the top. And I'm going to bring this down right about there. Now you can kind of see why I possibly had this border being there. because it kind of blends in, right? But if I want to change any of those, I can. So I'm going to click on that, click on one of the boxes if I want to change it, and I can always choose one of these other ones if I want to have them all the same. I can always grab that if I want that one to be dark. That way I still have the border, but I have this arrow. Maybe I want to change the arrow to one of these other colors, like say maybe like one of the blues. So, or I can change it to this one. But I want to have the I want to have this one still be a little bit darker because we're going to put something there. So we're going to grab that, we're going to paste it, so it's a little bit darker. And it's not too off from this color. You see how it's all blending together? It's not too bad. So we still have the arrow to point the direction, which is good. And now what we want to do is grab an icon. Now this is one of the little workarounds that I have, and that is simply just grabbing it from the internet and uploading it. Because if I go in here inside of Elements, or even inside of Photos, we're still going to search it. So I have Discord already searched. So I can take this free one, right? But I can't change the blue. So we don't want that. And then the other issue is if I take the Pro, you have a watermark on it and you got to pay for it. So we don't want that. So my workaround is to go to iconsdb.com and you're going to search for whatever icon you want. And I have mine in white. You can also choose the custom hex color if you have a certain one you want to use. And what you want to do, once you search for it and you find the one you want, make sure you choose PNG and choose the highest level PNG, or you can give it a custom size if you need it larger. The reason for that is to avoid any type of pixelation. So once you have that installed, or not installed, but downloaded, then you're going to go here to upload media, upload it, and then just click it in there. So that way you have it. So there, now we have our Discord. And we want to add in some type of font. So we're going to go to text, and let's give it a, let's try a glow. So now we have something like this, and we can type in Discord. I'll try to center it. And let's see, for our color wheel, we can go with maybe this blue or this blue. Let's try this one. All right, so we got that. Perfect. That is a perfect blue to go with that. And that would be your panel. One, done, easy peasy. Now, the other beautiful thing about Canva is you click on this right here, you duplicate the page, and all you got to do is change the font and change the icon and just keep on repeating, and you're going to have all of your panels pretty much done. Once everything is complete, go over here to download. It's going to ask you how many pages you want to download. So this is page 1, this is page 2. So basically how many panels you have. And then once you have that downloaded, you can then go and upload them onto Twitch. But guys, that is pretty much a very easy way to make your panels for Twitch. Obviously, you can get in here and be way more creative. Doesn't have to be this simple. You can have shapes on top of shapes and everything like that. Now, one last thing I want to give you guys is a tip whenever you might run into a small problem. And that essentially is if something is covering something else. So, for example, if this was sitting there and I decided to send it back and all of a sudden I can't get it anymore, right? Well, what you're going to have to do is move some stuff around. So you can click on this and you can right click and do send to the back. Right click, send to the back, and then you're basically going to then get it again. But it's a layering system. It's very similar to Illustrator whenever it comes to something like that, where you can send things forward and back. So you might run into that problem. You may have to move some things around. Just remember, right click on whatever it is you want to have selected, and you can either send it backwards, which will send it back one, or if you hit send to back, it's going to send it completely to the back. Same thing with bringing something forward and then bringing something completely to the front. But if you guys found this helpful, give it a thumbs up. Let me know if you're struggling with anything in the comment section below. And if you guys are finding this helpful, or if you found any other videos on the channel helpful, Be sure to subscribe. I create a lot of tech videos that go over the tech side of streaming to help you guys out, and I'm always adding more stuff. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you all in the next one.